Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing Stampin' Up! Products. I share projects weekly on my website, YouTube, and Facebook. I sell the products used in the projects, as well as a few additional products to help crafters stay organized. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. You'll see where to find that at the end of the video. So don't worry about taking notes, just grab a cup or a glass. It's time to sip together. I'm using Butterfly Gala and the coordinating Butterfly Duet Punch. And I'm using Label Me Pretty, just this curly Q outline, and the Pretty Label Punch. And one of my favorite folders is the Country Floral Dynamic Textured Impressions Embossing folder. My inks are Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green, and the Tuxedo Black Memento, and a little bit of Wink of Stella. My card base is Whisper White. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Mango Melody that is 5 1/4 by 4. And I have a piece of Whisper White that is 5 by 3 3/4. And I also have a scrap of Whisper White. The first thing I want to do is ink and emboss my Whisper White. I want to put ink on the side with the Sizzix and Stampin' Up! On it. In the past, I've just taken the stamp pad, and you want to use the side without the little finger tray and just rub it on. This is a darker color, and my ink pad is pretty juicy. So when I did that card, it was a little bit darker than I liked. I tried using our sponge brayers, and that gave me the right amount of ink, but the soft sponge went down into the dips, and I wanted that part to stay white. I dug out my brayer that was last in the 1516 catalog. This is a speedball brayer, and you can get it at other art supply stores, or maybe your ink pad is not as juicy as mine. So I'm going to roll, and really I don't want a lot of ink. I just want to pick up some ink on the brayer, and I want to spread it around. And I suppose you could stamp off if you didn't have this brayer. And I'm going to put my cardstock on the uninked side and just close it and run it through the Big Shot. I have my card in the folder. This is not a thin die, so I don't need the thin die adapter. I'm just going to put my folder down with the cardstock in it and cover it with one plate, since this is the dynamic folder, so those extra thick ones only need one. And I totally love this folder. Next, I'm going to stamp my butterflies. I'm using Memento ink, and I'm stamping on the Mango Melody. This stamp has both butterflies on one stamp, and I want to be about 1/2 inch from the edge of the cardstock. I should have my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath, but I got away with it. Let me bring that in now. I went ahead and put both butterfly bodies on one stamp. I found it easiest to put the small one on first, and then line up the larger one on my butterfly so I can stamp them both at the same time. Then I'm using the clear Wink of Stella, and I am just really coloring just a little small portion of the wings. You could dazzle it up as much as you want, and I'll punch those out. So that part's quick and easy. Don't throw away this. We're going to use this on that scrap of Whisper White. Stamp the border first, and I find it kind of a little bit touchy to get a good image around the outside and not get the image on the inside, so don't press too hard. I tend to get too much ink on my stamp, and then I press too hard and I get the middle of it inked. Then I'm going to stamp Hello Beautiful on the inside. This is a photopolymer, so it's really easy to see where you're going to be stamping. And I'm punching that with the Pretty Label punch. The card together. So we've got the border. Putting that on the card. I know, my butterfly punch out is upside down. No problem. We're going to be covering that up. This, if you're using snail, don't press too hard because you don't want to press down any of that embossing. So I've got a light touch, but I'm using lots of adhesive. Just center that on there. Putting a couple of dimensionals on the label. And I wanted to do one more thing. It's not too late. I just wanted to add just a little bit of glimmer onto this label. Hardly enough to notice it. And I'm putting my butterflies down. I'm using the liquid glue, but you could certainly use snail or even dimensionals if you want. I'm putting the large butterfly in this fairly large open area. I don't want to cover up any more of those flowers than I have to. And the little one up here. And that's all there is to this card. Here is the link for the free directions, and I sell the Stampin' Up! Products you've seen in this video. Just click the links for the products you'd like to purchase, and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll also find lots of free resources, as well as a few additional products to help crafters stay organized. More organization means more time for crafting. I lead a team of other crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamp, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or to grow a business like mine. If you're interested in attending a class here in Ventura County, learning more about creating beautiful handmade projects, purchasing products, or joining my SIP Together team, please email me or visit my website at bevadams.com. Whether we sip water, coffee, tea, or wine, the important thing is to put stamps, ink, and paper together and do something creative.